Welcome to Soulful Aura. This spiritual content is a compelling journey that dives deep into the heart of what it truly means to be chosen for greatness. In a world where every decision can tip the scales between sacrifice and reward, this exploration will inspire you to harness your inner strength, recognize your potential, and understand the profound impact of your choices. As you watch until the end, you'll discover how embracing challenges can unlock untold opportunities, illustrating that the path to fulfillment is often paved with perseverance. So, buckle up and join us on this transformative venture. Your moment of revelation awaits. The journey of the chosen ones is not without difficulty. It requires sacrifices that go beyond the tangible, demanding the shedding of ego, comfort, and attachments. However, the rewards on this path are equally profound, providing spiritual enlightenment, inner peace, and the fulfillment of soul purpose. This text explores the delicate balance between sacrifice and reward, inviting the chosen ones to embrace their sacred calling with an open heart and a steadfast spirit. The call to awakening is often a subtle, inner voice that begins as a whisper. For some, it comes as a sudden realization and epiphany that shakes them to the core, making it impossible to continue living life in the same way. For others, it unfolds gradually, like a seed planted in the depths of their being, slowly sprouting as they begin to question the world around them and seek deeper meaning. This call is not necessarily dramatic or accompanied by visions of grandeur. It can emerge from quiet moments of introspection, when one feels an unshakable connection to something greater than the self. It might appear as a sense of discontent with mundane existence, a yearning for a purpose that transcends material success or societal expectations. Those who experience this awakening know, deep down, that they are not like everyone else. They carry within them a spark that seeks to ignite a path of transformation. Responding to this call is the first step in the journey of the chosen ones. It requires a willingness to move beyond the ordinary and embrace the extraordinary. This path does not promise ease or comfort, but rather challenges that serve as gateways to greater wisdom and spiritual depth. The chosen must come to terms with the reality that their path may be lonely, and at times, incomprehensible to those around them. Yet, the true nature of the calling is to step into the unknown, guided by an inner compass that points toward their highest destiny. The concept of sacrifice is often misunderstood in modern society. It is commonly associated with loss, suffering, or deprivation. However, from a spiritual perspective, sacrifice is not about losing something, but about making a sacred offering. It is the act of letting go of that which no longer serves one's highest purpose to make space for something greater to emerge. For the chosen ones, sacrifice often begins with the shedding of old beliefs, habits, and relationships that do not align with their higher calling. This can be a painful process, as it involves breaking away from the familiar and confronting deep-seated fears and insecurities. Sacrifice may manifest in the form of career changes, distancing from social circles, or relinquishing material possessions that hold symbolic value. These sacrifices are not arbitrary. They are necessary for spiritual growth, serving as catalysts that push the chosen ones out of their comfort zones and into a state of transformation. As one releases attachments, the ego's grip loosens, and the soul becomes freer to pursue its true purpose. In this way, the act of sacrifice is not about suffering for its own sake, but about making room for the sacred to enter. The chosen ones must understand that sacrifice is not a one-time event, but an ongoing process. As they evolve on their spiritual journey, new layers of self will continually emerge, requiring further refinement and release. With each sacrifice, the soul is polished like a diamond, revealing its true brilliance. While the sacrifices on the path of the chosen ones are significant, so too are the rewards. However, these rewards are not always what one might expect. Unlike the conventional rewards of wealth, status, or fame, the blessings bestowed upon the chosen ones are often intangible, manifesting in the form of spiritual growth, heightened awareness, and inner peace. The chosen ones often experience a profound sense of fulfillment that transcends the ordinary definitions of happiness. This fulfillment arises from knowing that they are living in alignment with their soul's purpose, contributing to a higher cause. The feeling of oneness with the universe, the ability to perceive deeper truths, and the expansion of consciousness are among the rewards that come to those who walk this path. The chosen ones may also find that they possess heightened intuitive abilities or healing gifts, which allow them to assist others on their spiritual journeys. These abilities are not merely given. They are earned through the process of inner purification and dedication to the path. As the chosen ones continue to cultivate their gifts, they become channels of divine energy, capable of bringing light and healing to those around them. It is essential for the chosen ones to recognize that these spiritual rewards are not meant to be hoarded or used for personal gain. Instead, they are tools for service, to be shared with the world for the greater good. By using their gifts to uplift others, the chosen ones fulfill the true purpose of their calling. In the journey of the chosen ones, balance is key. The path requires a delicate dance between giving and receiving, sacrifice and reward. It is not about martyrdom or self-denial, but about finding harmony in all aspects of life. The chosen ones must learn to give freely, but also to receive with grace. They must be willing to let go, but also to embrace the blessings that come as a result. Balancing sacrifice and reward involves a conscious effort to remain grounded while reaching for the heavens. It means acknowledging the value of one's spiritual efforts and allowing oneself to enjoy the fruits of that labor. It is important to recognize that self-care is not selfishness, and that replenishing one's own energy is essential for sustaining the path of service. Spiritual practices such as meditation, breathwork, and energy healing can help the chosen ones maintain this balance. By nurturing their own spiritual well-being, they become better equipped to share their light with the world. This balance is not a static state, but a dynamic process that requires continuous attention and adjustment. The alchemy of the soul is a process through which the chosen ones transform their experiences, especially those marked by pain or adversity, into sources of strength and wisdom. Just as an alchemist seeks to turn base metals into gold, the chosen ones turn their struggles into fuel for spiritual growth. The chosen ones often encounter situations that test their resolve and push them to confront their deepest wounds. These experiences are not punishments, but opportunities for inner transformation. Each trial serves to burn away the impurities of the ego, revealing the true essence of the soul. Through this process, the chosen ones learn to transmute pain into purpose, using their experiences as a foundation for building a life of meaning. By embracing the challenges they face, the chosen ones develop resilience, compassion, and a deeper understanding of the human condition. They come to see that their sacrifices are not in vain, but are part of a greater plan to refine their soul and prepare them for their higher mission. The journey of the chosen ones is not solely an individual endeavor. It is part of a collective awakening, where each soul contributes to the healing and transformation of the planet. The chosen ones are called to be leaders, healers, and visionaries, guiding others toward the light. Collective sacrifice involves recognizing that personal growth is interconnected with the well-being of all. The chosen ones must be willing to extend their sacrifices beyond the individual level, working toward the betterment of humanity and the earth. This can manifest in various forms, such as environmental activism, community service, or simply spreading love and compassion in everyday interactions. The chosen ones are not here to impose their will on others, but to inspire by example. By living authentically and courageously, they pave the way for others to follow. The ripple effect of their actions can reach far and wide, creating waves of change that uplift the collective consciousness. The path of the chosen ones is not an easy one, but it is filled with profound meaning and purpose. Balancing sacrifice and reward is a lifelong endeavor that requires dedication, courage, and faith. The chosen ones are called to live as beacons of light, illuminating the path for others and contributing to the awakening of humanity. As they navigate the challenges and blessings that come their way, the chosen ones must remember that they are not alone. They are part of a larger spiritual family, united in the quest for truth and enlightenment. By embracing their calling with an open heart, they fulfill the true purpose of their journey. This figure often possesses unique qualities or a special calling that distinguishes them from others. However, the journey of the chosen one is rarely an easy path. Sacrifice lies at the heart of the chosen one's journey, and it is through these sacrifices that they are tested, refined, and ultimately transformed. In chosen one narratives, sacrifice manifests in various forms: personal, familial, and societal. These sacrifices are not only physical, but also emotional and spiritual, affecting the chosen one's relationships, identity, and worldview. Additionally, the burden of responsibility and duty placed upon them often weighs heavily, stripping away the innocence and normality of their former lives. This essay will explore these different aspects of sacrifice in chosen one narratives, revealing how these elements shape the hero's journey and the lessons embedded in these timeless tales. Personal sacrifice is perhaps the most immediate and intimate form of sacrifice faced by the chosen one. It involves giving up aspects of one's own life, desires, or comfort to fulfill a higher purpose. Personal sacrifices often include relinquishing autonomy, surrendering personal ambitions, or enduring physical hardship. In many narratives, the chosen one must abandon a life of comfort or simplicity, leaving behind the familiar to embark on a dangerous and unknown path. One of the most common personal sacrifices in these narratives is the sacrifice of time and effort. The chosen one may find themselves dedicating years to training, meditation, or self-improvement to prepare for their mission. This time spent often comes at the cost of pursuing personal passions, relationships, or enjoying the pleasures of ordinary life. Another form of personal sacrifice is the loss of identity or the dissolution of the self. The chosen one is often required to shed their previous identity and embrace a new role, one that comes with its own set of rules, expectations, and limitations. This transformation may involve taking on a new name, adopting a different lifestyle, or completely altering their worldview. The individual may also have to abandon their former moral or ethical standards to align with the demands of their sacred mission. Such sacrifices challenge the chosen one to redefine who they are in the face of destiny. Familial sacrifices occur when the chosen one must put their duty above their relationships with loved ones. This form of sacrifice is particularly poignant as it involves leaving behind family members or risking their safety for a higher cause. The chosen one may face estrangement from their family, not because of a lack of love, but due to the conflicting demands of their mission and their familial obligations. In some cases, the chosen one must choose between saving the world and saving a family member, illustrating the painful decisions that are often required on this path. These sacrifices extend beyond mere physical separation. They also include emotional distance. As the chosen one undergoes transformation, they may find it increasingly difficult to relate to their family members, who may not understand the gravity of their mission. This emotional isolation can create feelings of alienation, guilt, or resentment, as the chosen one struggles to reconcile their love for their family with the demands of their destiny. Furthermore, in some narratives, the chosen one's sacrifice might involve the loss of loved ones, either through death, betrayal, or fate's intervention. This loss serves as a catalyst for growth, compelling the chosen one to find strength in their grief and continue on their path despite personal suffering. The familial sacrifices in these stories highlight the deep emotional cost of being chosen, underscoring that the path of destiny is rarely straightforward or without heartache. Societal sacrifices go beyond the individual and their family, involving the broader community or world. The chosen one may be required to act against societal norms, laws, or expectations to fulfill their higher calling. This can lead to social alienation, persecution, or even being labeled as a traitor or an outcast. The chosen one may sacrifice their reputation, social status, or the acceptance of their community in order to pursue their destiny. In some chosen one narratives, the sacrifice is not merely societal acceptance, but the chosen one's very existence for the sake of a greater good. This theme is seen in stories where the hero willingly offers themselves up to save others, symbolizing the ultimate form of societal sacrifice. By giving up their life or well-being, the chosen one embodies the notion of selflessness and the willingness to put the needs of the many above the needs of the one. Societal sacrifices also often involve confronting and challenging the established order. The chosen one may be called upon to dismantle systems of oppression, fight against injustices, or bring about radical change, even when these actions go against the norms of the society they inhabit. This can lead to conflict not only with external forces, but also with internal beliefs and values, requiring the chosen one to sacrifice the comfort of conformity for the challenge of transformation. The chosen one's journey is inextricably tied to the concept of responsibility. Being chosen often implies a duty to fulfill a sacred mission, to protect, heal, or guide others. This sense of responsibility can be overwhelming, as it places the weight of the world, or at least a significant part of it, on the shoulders of a single individual. The knowledge that failure is not an option can create an immense psychological burden, as the chosen one must constantly live up to the expectations placed upon them. The weight of responsibility is not only a matter of external duty, but also an inner struggle. The chosen one often grapples with self-doubt, fear, and the pressure to meet a seemingly unattainable ideal. This inner conflict can be just as taxing as the external trials they face. The chosen one may question their worthiness, capability, or even the fairness of their role, leading to moments of deep existential crisis. Despite these struggles, it is often through embracing their responsibility that the chosen one finds purpose and strength, learning that their true power lies in their commitment to the mission. Additionally, the concept of duty extends beyond mere obligation. It often involves the chosen one making difficult ethical decisions that affect not only their life, but also the lives of many. The tension between personal desires and the call to duty is a recurring theme in these narratives, highlighting the sacrifices one must make to uphold a higher purpose. The chosen one's willingness to put the greater good above personal interests serves as a testament to their character and solidifies their role as a figure of inspiration. One of the most profound sacrifices experienced by the chosen one is the loss of innocence. This loss is not necessarily tied to age, but rather to a transformation in perspective. As the chosen one embarks on their journey, they come to see the world through a lens shaped by hardship, revelation, and responsibility. The simplicity of a carefree existence fades away, replaced by a reality where every choice carries significant consequences. The loss of innocence is often depicted as a rite of passage, marking the transition from an untroubled state of being to one where the weight of knowledge brings both wisdom and sorrow. The loss of normality accompanies the loss of innocence, as the chosen one's life becomes increasingly distant from what it once was. Ordinary activities, relationships, and experiences may no longer hold the same appeal or relevance. The chosen one's existence is now defined by the mission at hand, and they often find themselves unable to return to the life they once knew, even if they wish to do so. In many narratives, the loss of normality is not just about what is left behind, but also about what is never experienced. The chosen one may forego the experiences of a typical life, such as falling in love without fear of endangering a partner, pursuing a career without the looming shadow of destiny, or enjoying simple pleasures without the constant reminder of the mission. This sacrifice reflects the irreversible change that occurs within the chosen one, who, by stepping into their role, relinquishes the possibility of living a life unmarked by extraordinary demands. Sacrifice is a central theme in chosen one narratives, shaping the journey and development of the hero. The types of sacrifices, personal, familial, and societal, each bring unique challenges and consequences, highlighting the costs of fulfilling a higher purpose. The weight of responsibility and duty further emphasizes the burden carried by the chosen one, while the loss of innocence and normality underscores the irreversible transformation that occurs along the path. These stories remind us that the journey of the chosen one is not about attaining glory or escaping hardship, but about the willingness to give up parts of oneself for the sake of something greater. Through these sacrifices, the chosen one not only fulfills their mission, but also achieves a deeper understanding of life, love, and the sacred nature of their existence. In doing so, they serve as a mirror for our own struggles and sacrifices, offering lessons on the meaning of duty, the power of resilience, and the beauty of a life dedicated to a higher purpose. Society, in projecting its aspirations, fears, and hopes onto the chosen one, creates a complex web of expectations. These expectations often translate into sacrifices that the chosen one must make to maintain their role, live up to the ideals placed upon them, and navigate the path set before them. This exploration will delve into the different types of sacrifices the chosen one is called to endure, examining how societal expectations shape the journey and what spiritual insights can be drawn from this interplay. At the most fundamental level, personal sacrifice for the chosen one often begins with the surrender of individual freedom. Unlike others who may have the luxury of choosing their path, the chosen one's journey is often dictated by destiny, prophecy, or a calling that leaves little room for deviation. There is a societal expectation that they will submit to this path, even if it means giving up personal dreams, goals, or ambitions. This sacrifice is not always voluntary. Many chosen ones initially resist their roles, yearning for a normal life unencumbered by grand responsibilities. Yet, the expectations of society create a pressure to conform, and ultimately, the individual must choose whether to embrace their role or reject it, knowing that each choice carries profound consequences. Chosen ones are frequently expected to maintain a sense of composure, self-control, or even emotional detachment in the face of adversity. The societal narrative often demands that they display stoic resilience, refraining from openly expressing doubt, fear, or sorrow. This expectation requires the chosen one to sacrifice their right to emotional expression and vulnerability, adopting a facade of strength to inspire others or meet the demands of their mission. The suppression of emotions can take a toll on the chosen one, who may feel isolated in their suffering. It is not merely about sacrificing emotional expression for the sake of others, but also about contending with the inner conflict of authenticity versus duty. In learning to balance these aspects, the chosen one often discovers that true strength lies in embracing their emotions without being consumed by them, thus transforming personal sacrifice into a source of inner growth. Another significant personal sacrifice made by the chosen one involves leaving behind the familiar. Whether it is a peaceful lifestyle, a beloved community, or material comforts, there is often a point where the chosen one must abandon what is known and venture into the unknown. The expectation to constantly be ready to act, regardless of circumstances, requires the chosen one to forego stability and embrace uncertainty. This act of letting go can be a profound spiritual practice in itself, as it challenges the chosen one to confront attachments and practice non-attachment. The chosen one learns that clinging to comfort can be an obstacle to growth, and by willingly surrendering the familiar, they open themselves up to new experiences and deeper spiritual revelations. The societal expectation for the chosen one to prioritize their sacred duty above all else often extends to their family. The chosen one may be required to distance themselves from loved ones, foregoing the warmth and support of familial connections to pursue their mission. This sacrifice is not only about physical separation, but also the emotional toll of knowing that their responsibilities place a barrier between them and their family. For the chosen one, the choice to put duty before family can lead to guilt, sadness, and inner conflict. They may question whether the cost of their role is too high and whether fulfilling societal expectations is worth the strain on their relationships. However, this experience also presents an opportunity for spiritual insight, as it teaches the chosen one to navigate the delicate balance between love for their family and dedication to a greater cause. Not only does society place expectations on the chosen one, but so too do their family members. Often, families project their own aspirations or fears onto the chosen one, creating a dual expectation that the individual must navigate. The chosen one may feel torn between fulfilling their family's wishes and the broader societal or spiritual mission. This dynamic adds another layer to the sacrifice, as the chosen one may have to disappoint or even sever ties with family members to stay true to their path. The tension between familial and societal expectations forces the chosen one to confront the nature of loyalty, love, and self-identity. It challenges them to understand that sometimes, fulfilling one's destiny requires the willingness to disappoint those who are closest, knowing that true love and understanding will eventually transcend these temporary rifts. Chosen ones often sacrifice the possibility of a normal family life. The demands placed on them may leave little time for relationships, marriage, or raising children in a conventional sense. Even if they do have families, the nature of their calling can lead to a life marked by absences, disruptions, and challenges that come with living a life set apart. This loss of normalcy extends beyond the chosen one and affects their family members, who may also bear the burden of their sacrifice. The chosen one must reconcile with the reality that their path impacts not just themselves, but also those they love. Understanding this broader impact is part of the journey, teaching lessons in humility, empathy, and the interconnectedness of all sacrifices. One of the central societal expectations of the chosen one is that they will act for the greater good, even at the cost of their own life or well-being. This sacrificial archetype is prevalent in spiritual and mythological stories, where the chosen one offers themselves for the salvation, protection, or healing of others. Society often elevates these individuals as heroes or saviors, but the cost of this role is a profound one, as it entails sacrificing personal needs for the welfare of many. The chosen one's willingness to sacrifice for the collective is seen as the highest expression of selflessness. This act not only benefits society, but also serves as a powerful spiritual lesson, reminding humanity of the interconnected nature of existence and the transformative power of unconditional service. Another expectation placed on chosen ones is that they will bring about change, often by challenging existing norms, laws, or traditions. This role as a catalyst for transformation can be daunting, as it requires the chosen one to sacrifice acceptance, safety, or even their reputation. In some cases, chosen ones may be vilified or persecuted by the very society they are trying to help. This aspect of sacrifice illustrates the paradoxical nature of societal expectations. While society may call upon the chosen one to bring about necessary change, it may also resist that change due to fear, attachment, or entrenched beliefs. The chosen one must then navigate the fine line between being a reformer and an outcast, sacrificing personal peace for the greater goal of awakening or improving the collective. When society casts someone as a chosen one, they often become a symbol that transcends their individual identity. They are no longer seen merely as a person, but as a representation of an ideal, a prophecy, or a cause. This symbolic role can overshadow the chosen one's personal identity, leading to a sacrifice of the self in service of the role they are expected to play. This sacrifice is spiritual in nature, as it involves dissolving the ego and embracing a higher purpose. The chosen one learns that true power lies not in clinging to the self, but in surrendering to the flow of life and allowing oneself to be an instrument of something greater. In doing so, they fulfill the expectations placed upon them while also experiencing profound personal transformation. The chosen one's willingness to embrace sacrifice becomes a path to spiritual awakening, not only for themselves but also for those they serve. By witnessing the chosen one's trials and triumphs, society is reminded of the sacred nature of sacrifice and the potential for growth that exists in every challenge. The chosen one thus becomes a mirror, reflecting the struggles and potential of the human spirit. Finally, sacrifices are integral to the narratives of chosen ones, deeply intertwined with societal expectations. These sacrifices, personal, familial, and societal, serve as pivotal tests of character and purpose. They shape the chosen one's journey, guiding them towards self-realization and spiritual enlightenment.